The first reading speaks of money as the root of every evil. It's not an absolute truth said, rather it is more of a critique than a statement of fact. In what sense is it a critique? Because money, wealth, treasure, they are God's gift. And in the Old Testament, in the Genesis account of creation, the first proof of God's love and God being kind to His people, loving, is creation. That is the first proof. That is the first story we heard in the Genesis account of creation. God loves, He creates, and He creates the things of this world. Therefore, the first empirical evidence, shall we say, of God's love are the things of this world. That's why in every day of the creation story, it ends with the saying, it is good. It is good because this creation and everything that God creates point to God, point to Himself. Therefore, the things of this world bring us to true worship. Look at what the devil said in that Genesis story. You have Adam and Eve, and then the devil said to Adam and Eve, "Why is it that you are prevented to eat the fruit of this tree? Because, for one reason, God does not want you to be like Him." Therefore, the temptation of the devil runs in this manner, that God is now obstacle, hindrance to to man's true happiness, to man's true satisfaction. That is how the devil tempts Adam and Eve. So everything of this world, wealth, treasures, money, they are good. But the thing is, when they become hindrance to true worship, when they become obstacle to worshiping God, then there comes these things to mean temptation, hindrance to true worship. That is why in the gospel just read it says, these women followed Jesus as some of His disciples, and to name a few, Joanna, the wife of Herod's steward Chusa, Susanna, and many others. And the last line says, who provided for them out of their resources. Therefore, their wealth, their resources become not obstacle, not hindrance, but now instrument, channel to bring them closer and closer to God. These resources now become instrument, channel, and even empowerment in their Christian discipleship. They're following Jesus. So as we continue this Eucharistic celebration, let us thank the Lord for the many things of this world, the wealth, the treasures, the temporal goods. And let us look at them with gratitude. And when you have them, make it sure that these things bring you to true worship to God. Make it sure, or ask the Lord that these things do not become hindrance, but rather channel of God's blessing, God's love for you and for others.